Hello everyone, this is your friend Gadhvi and I've got an interesting topic today. Topic is how can you get your dream job? How can you get the job which you really love, alright? So, for people who don't know me, my name is Gadhvi. I'm the author, speaker, coach, mentor, social media expert. I'm on a mission to help 10 million people become great at their lives. Okay, so back to the topic, okay? So, what is the challenge? The challenge is I've seen a lot of people going to work which they don't like, they hate, either one. Number two is when they're jobless or when they don't have a job, they go into a negative zone and they don't know how to get a job. First of all, forget about even getting a dream job, right? So this is very common. And let me just tell you what has happened over the last 10 years and why there is a big gap between where you want to be, what kind of job you want to have, and where you are right now. Historically, how did it all work, right? Historically, we will upload our resume, fill our best resume, put it on Naukri website and all those monster website, and somebody from HR team will look at the resume and they will approach you, you'll have interview and you'll get selection, right? That is the historic way of getting the job. Now, while that has evolved a lot, while I know that there were no other platforms which you can use to connect with decision makers and get the dream job that you wanted, but the technology has evolved, people have evolved. Now people, how they're hiring also has evolved in a lot of places, and I'm sure it's going to evolve a lot. The resumes is going to be the thing of past, okay, pretty soon. So you got to really understand what has happened in terms of technology which you can leverage, okay? So that I'm going to talk about in terms of social media. So before we get into details of how to get the job you want, let me just tell you there are three attributes that you need to really remember, which is the mindset, right? There are the three mindset which is really important. Number one, your first is your commitment. You got to be really committed in getting the job that you want, because there's nothing which happens without the commitment. Number two, you got to be creative. When I say creative, you got to use the social media platforms. You need to use the new innovative ways of reaching out to the decision makers and not just the middle person from HR or operation. Number three is the persistence. Okay, you got to persist, right? Now let's take an example. If you don't have a job, but you still have a job, right? What do I mean? If you don't have a job, your job is to hunt for a job. You work 8 hours without getting paid, but that is your job to find the job that you really like, or you want to work with, where you want to go. So that is the one thing, right? So these are three things really important: commitment, creativity, and persistence. Now let's come to the topic. Great, Dave, you've explained all these things. Wonderful. What can I do now? Just tell me. Okay, so here it comes. First and foremost is you got to evolve and start using the social media. And if you want more details on how to build your own brand on social media, I have the Samurai series, which if you want to be part of it, leave your email address with me and I'm going to keep you updated. Right? So social media has evolved a lot. Whatever you're doing on daily basis is being tracked and being monitored. Today, if I have to hire someone, I can tell you whether you're going to be the right fit or not. How? I'm going to look at the content that you share. If you're the person who's just chilling out, partying, just the family photos and vacations, and nothing related to your subject, I know that probably somewhere your belief and my belief is not so common, right? I am very passionate, I'm very driven, I'm a success-oriented person, so I want people who are similar. And most importantly, I'm someone who really cares for others. And if I'm seeing your social media platform, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and if I'm not getting the feel that you're the person who would align my belief and your belief, if it will be an alignment, I may not even consider you for the interview. So it has evolved, right? So what you need to do is don't just use the social media for time pass, okay? Use it for sharing the content which is relevant to what you're doing in terms of business or your career or job, whatever it is, right? Let's say you're a teacher, you got to share more information on teaching, right? Let's say you're an author, you got to share your content on author. Let's say you're in a sales job, you got to share the content which is related to sales. If you're in research, you got to share some upcoming newer innovations, technologies. So by looking at your social media, people, you would attract like-minded people, right? So from the time I have been very active on social media, I've got a lot of opportunities to collaborate with people. They reach out to me and say, hey Dave, I want to work with you, or do you want to work for me, right? So I've got that offer. So the problem is that technologies, how people hire, everything has evolved. But what has not evolved is we, right? We are not building a social media brand, we're not being active, and we're not sharing the stuff which is more professional, which is more focused and not just time pass, right? So that's the first thing. You need to build your social media brand, and that'll help you to connect with the decision makers. Number two is the most underestimated thing when it comes to getting the job that you want is talking to the decision maker. Have you reached out to a lot of HRs and they say, hey look, sorry, we don't have opening? And what did you do? Okay, no problem, I'm going to go to somebody else, and then somebody else, then somebody else, which is good. The persistence is good. But now remember, you got to be creative. Of course you're committed, you're persisting, but the creativity comes is, I want to talk to the CEO or the decision makers for whom I want to work for. First, identify the top companies that you want to really work for. Identify the people who are the decision makers and not just the middle person. Can you imagine if I want some job and HR tells me no, but if I'm able to reach out to the CEO and if I can convince the CEO, do you think the position will not be created? Hell yes. I have created positions in my team where my team was already overcrowded and I did not have any space, but for people who reach out to me and who can convince me that they are the best people for the job, I will create the position. Okay, there's always shortage of people who are hungry for success and willing to put themselves and put themselves on the line to do the best. All right, so reach out to the decision makers, track them, what they're doing, connect with them social media, follow them, retweet them, message them. First, genuinely you need to connect with them, and then find out where they hang around, what they do, who do they like. Try and find something mutual. And then the third most important is sell yourself. I know you might be thinking, but I'm not in sales. I'm probably in finance, accounts, HR, research. How do I sell myself? Like, look, everybody is the salesperson. Right from the childhood, you were a salesperson, but you chose a different career. It doesn't mean that you cannot sell or you're not supposed to sell. You have to sell yourself at every single point of time. As a kid, you want a chocolate, candy. Mama, I want a candy. No. What did you do? Start crying and you got the candy, right? You were a closer. You sold yourself and you closed the deal and you got the candy, right? Same way, you're married, you want something done, you got to sell that idea to your wife or your husband, right? To get things that you want. Same way, in whatever profession you are, you got to share yourself and put your best foot forward and sell yourself. Example, imagine you reached out to CEO, you build the brand, you connected with him, you meet him face to face and say, hey, whatever the person's name is, hi sir, this is Dave and I want to tell you that I'm a big admirer of what you're doing, your industry, the company that you build. I like especially this part. I do like the same thing. Hey, I just wanted to come and take this opportunity to shake this hand. By the way, I am looking to work with somebody like you who is visionary, who is creative, and who is taking the company to a different level. Trust me, I am the best person that you've ever hired in your lifetime, and I will prove it to you. Give me an opportunity. Okay, do that. All right. And I'm willing to work without even getting paid. Just give me an opportunity. I would work for you and I'll prove myself, and then you pay me once you think I'm fitting the role. Okay? That's what salespeople do, and that's what extraordinary people do. Don't just rely on sitting on your computer waiting for HR response and no position and hunting. Go out there and get what you want. That's the way you would become the greatest. Okay? Now, I know it's a long topic and I've covered a lot of things. I want to cover a lot of other things, but hey, one video is pretty short and I don't want to take more time. But hey, reach out to me, connect with me on CareNation WhatsApp group. Leave your WhatsApp number if you want to be part of the community, you have some question, or share your email address if you want to get notified regularly on how to get your dream job, how to stay motivated, how to get more success or sales tips. social samurai. Okay, all these things I'm going to share on an email, which is going to be very exclusive. I'm not going to post that on any of the platforms which I'm doing, because only for the people who are really good follower and who really support me in my mission of helping 10 million people. Okay, so do me a favor, like this video, share this video, and if you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do that, because it will help me to build my audience and bring the like-minded community. Okay, if you want to be part of my mission 10 million, do connect with me and ask any question that you may have, and I'll be more than happy to help you. All right, so I hope this tip helps. Go out there and get your dream job. All right, thank you so much. Have a fantastic